Well, as alluded to by the Vice President, I will be speaking to you this morning specifically on labor mobility, training and skills development to see how we can meet the gaps, and the minimum wages as specifically requested by the Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, labor mobility is a global issue, and many countries in the world are facing similar challenges as we are as a nation. This not only involves Fijian citizens living for overseas job opportunities or seeking greener pastures, as they say, but also for migrant workers that are arriving in our country to work for us. It is also fitting for us to acknowledge the undeniable positive impact of labor mobility. It brings to Fiji the increased remittances that we enjoy. These remittances play a vital role in improving the living standards of Fijian families by supplementing household incomes and supporting businesses. They also bolster foreign exchange reserves, providing stability and economic resilience during challenging times. Ladies and gentlemen, from the month of January to December last year, over 3,200 workers were mobilized under the PALM and the RSC programs. The remittances sent back home by our overseas workers play a significant role in alleviating poverty, supporting families, and fostering the local economic development. Furthermore, labor mobility enhances productivity and skills development. Exposure to different work environments, cultures, and practices equips our workforce with valuable expertise and perspectives, which they bring back to Fiji, thereby stretching or enriching our labor market and increasing competitiveness on the global stage. However, alongside these benefits, we must also confront the challenges that labor mobility poses. One such challenge is the risk of brain drain, wherein our skilled workers seek opportunities abroad, leading to a loss of talent and expertise, critical for our nation's development. It is imperative that we implement policies and initiatives to retain skilled workers and create conducive environment for their professional growth and fulfillment within Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also important to note that many skilled workers, as well as professionals who left Fiji for opportunities abroad, have done so through their own arrangements. And we ensure that workers who go through the PALM scheme or seasonal work are unskilled workers, and mainly from the rural villages and settlements. We are very, very particular about this. Some may have gone through the net, no doubt, slipped through the net, but we are very strict on making sure that we don't allow skilled workers to join this scheme. And these are fixed contractual terms, after completing which they all return. They're required to return according to the visa arrangements that are available. The training and skills development to address skills gaps, ladies and gentlemen, as a nation, skills gap presents a formidable barrier to our development and competitiveness. It is a struggle to find workers with the necessary skills and qualifications to fill key positions, leading to inefficiencies, reduced productivity, and missed opportunities for growth. To this end, I receive calls for assistance from employers almost on a daily basis to expedite the process of getting work permits approved on time. And I must admit, we have a challenge there. We are trying to address that, Mr. Acting President, if I may call you. To address the skills gap, the Fiji government has implemented various initiatives to tackle these labor shortages, and these include the re-establishment of the technical vocational institutions. The government has reopened, revitalized, and revamped some of the technical vocational training institutions around Fiji to provide short-term and medium-term technical training to meet industry needs. These trainings are provided by institutions such as the Pacific Polytech, Montfort Boys Town, Center for Appropriate Technology and Development, that's the CATD in Andawe, National Training and Productivity Council, that's NTPC, the Fiji National University, University of the South Pacific, and the University of Fiji. The scholarship distribution, I can see that the CEO of TSLS is present here. Thank you very much for coming along. And I'm sure when the Q&A session comes, he'll be able to give you clarifications on that. It's easier to pass the buck. I made sure he was invited. Ladies and gentlemen, the ministry has been working with the stakeholders like the TSLS board in the area of priority needs on training and development of the workforce, where scholarships in the next 3 to 5 years will be given based on the labor market and industry needs. I'm aware that a study has been done by a prominent scholar, and based on that study, the TSLS is providing scholarships. And I'm sure we are also consulting with the FSEF in this area. The apprenticeship scheme, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the history of the apprenticeship scheme. I don't want to go back there. But what we have done, this is one of the key ways in mitigating shortage. And government has had to step up and take this initiative that we have taken now. So under the scheme, for this year, we have provided for 400 spaces, and the apprentices will earn $4.90 an hour right from the beginning as they go through that on-the-job training. What we have done, the $2.90 that is the current rate, government is topping up by another $2. So it becomes $4.90. I think it exactly is $4.98. It's $2.98, and so it's just like $5. So that is what they are going to earn. And after this program, we are going to be at TSLS. I'm happy to share that 270 out of the 400 have already been taken up, and we will be meeting with those employers and apprentices who are going to receive that this morning. And we are hoping that the other 130 will be taken up soon. TSLS CEO has also advised me that we can juggle around and get another 200 spaces if there is demand by the employers. So the ball is in your court, ladies and gentlemen. The workplace attachments or volunteer allowance, an increase in the allowance through NEC, the National Employment Center, and the director is here. Thank you very much for coming along. Is another strategy implemented by government to attract interest in local employment opportunities. The revised allowance came into effect on the 4th of January 2024. So the allowance for graduates has increased to $180 from $120 a week, while the certificate and diploma level has increased from $100 to $150. So through this initiative, remember it is co-shared 50-50 by government and the host employer. So effectively, for example, an employer can engage a fresh graduate for up to 6 months at $90 per week, because the other 90 is paid by government, stocked up by government. And then you decide whether you want to keep the employee full-time after he or she has gone through that attachment. There is a complaint coming from the workers' side that some employers continuously get new ones. So every 6 months they change and they take advantage of it. Please don't do that. Investing in education, ladies and gentlemen, enhancing the quality and relevance of our education system to ensure that it equips students with skills and knowledge needed to succeed in the modern labor market. My ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Education to bring back the school employment exposure program, which used to be there during the first term school holidays. For this, I must acknowledge the support and commitment by AFSET and its members towards this program. Here, the first 2 weeks holiday, they can seek attachment and they can work. TSLS is also allowing students on scholarship to work during the holidays. And the TSLS has also opened the Employer Connect portal to connect employers with students that are sponsored by TSLS and the graduates seeking employment. Employers and the graduates seeking employment, sorry. And this initiative helps employers to some extent to select new recruits easily. So all you need to do is to go on the portal and you'll be able to connect to the skill or the trade that you need. And the list of students and their, I believe their address and everything is there for you to be able to see. We also need to have lifelong learning, and we all need to promote it, ladies and gentlemen, encouraging continuous skills development and upskilling workers through vocational training programs, apprenticeship, and adult education initiatives. I just received an update from Pacific Polytech, NFNU. The Pacific Polytech has advised that under the initiative, some vocational training institutes there doing an excellent job in upskilling workers. The two categories of programs that they offer, one is the award programs, the other one is short courses for rapid basic skills development for all unskilled youths, and which TSLS calls micro qualifications. Sorry. The award program allows students to attain certificate at a respective level, that is, I think it is level 2 and level 3, certificate 2 and 3. And by July 2024, some 1,254 students will complete their award program, of which 488 will complete by the end of March, and 766 will finish their program by the end of July this year. The students are spread. 536 are in Nosori, at the Nosori campus, 310 are at the Tabua campus, and 408 are at the Lambasa campus. The programs are national qualifications developed by the Higher Education Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the short and rapid basic skills course, a total of 797 have completed these courses, and an additional 323 are in class, they've advised us. Another 120 are waiting commencement once their workshops are freed up. I had, of course, requested the CEO of FSF to invite all the training providers here this morning so that they could provide further clarification to the participants if there is a need. The FNU TVET program, ladies and gentlemen, the FNU Technical Vocational Education and Training and Higher Education programs are provided to all students regardless of their exam results. There are about 80 TVET programs on offer for students to undertake. The TVET programs at the FNU are Certificate 3 and 4 and diploma level trade courses that are aligned to the current skills gap faced in the country. Short courses are available at the NTPC. The Ministry of Education is reopening the TVET centers attached to the secondary schools. And the students will have the opportunity to get into this after year 10. Now these centers, ladies and gentlemen, were closed down when the technical, vocational, the technical colleges were opened. And then they were also closed down abruptly. And we were left high and dry with nothing. So what we are trying to do is now to reopen those technical colleges gradually and also restart these vocational centers attached to the schools, because these vocational centers attached to the secondary schools would conduct certificates 1 and 2 courses, hands-on, and then supervised by FNU, and then after that they join FNU to complete certificates 3 and 4 and diploma. So that's something that is now coming back. Of course, the Montfort Boys Town is also offering trades such as motor vehicle mechanic, electrician, fitting and machining, building and joinery, and cabinet making. Ladies and gentlemen, as employers, I wish to urge you all to invest in lifelong learning, as it does not only benefit individual workers, but also contributes to the overall productivity and growth of industries and economies. The 1% contribution, we all know the history of it, by employers that was utilized for training, specifically for in-service training, was redirected to ACCF and private practitioner services, 2018-19 sometime. And only 0.1% or 1/10 was left for the initial purpose it was actually supposed to serve, and it was serving that purpose pretty well. This provision is now being revisited to see how we can revert a bigger proportion to in-service training, and how soon the whole of the 1% can come back where it rightly belongs. The Honorable Minister of Finance has assured us that we will work vigorously towards this one. It is noted with appreciation that FSEF conducts quarterly awareness sessions on the employment legislations to make sure that its members are able to comply. Now, we also encourage workers' organizations to do the same. Making informed decisions, ladies and gentlemen, minimizes unnecessary controversy. Collaboration with employers and industries, working closely with employers and industry stakeholders to identify current and future skills needs, develop industries' relevant training programs, fostering partnerships that will facilitate the seamless transition of workers into the workforce. To support our local employers, my ministry is committed to work with FSEF, its members, and the business community in the Western Division to host a mini job fair towards the middle of this year, most likely June or July. This, we hope, will be a platform for potential employers and potential workers to connect with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, addressing skill shortages requires a multi-stakeholder approach involving collaboration among the government, educational institutions, workers and employers organizations, most importantly, and the whole of the private sector to ensure that we get the most practical solution to the problems that exist within the industries. The national minimum wage, ladies and gentlemen, one of the key factors of labor migration as well as labor mobility is due to better employment opportunities or attractive pay packages. As we speak, the ministry has commenced work to review the national minimum wage and the sectorial wages regulations as one of the mechanisms to retain our workers from leaving our shores for better opportunities. The ministry is currently working on the appointment of a consultant to assist with the review as well as the appointment of the wages councils in determining the sectorial minimum wages. In fact, it was I think yesterday that we have sent out letters of appointment to the tripartite partners for these wages council membership, appointment letters for the wages council members. Now this whole exercise, ladies and gentlemen, will be conducted through the Employment Relations Advisory Board. This is the tripartite board through which it should go, and it is going to be a consultative process. It is going to, we will make sure that we go on a road show. We are able to connect with all the employers, the bigger employers, the medium employers, the smaller employers, all businesses. Well, everybody must be consulted, and of course we will work very closely with the Ministry of Finance. FSEF will have a key role to play here through the Employment Relations Advisory Board. As I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, our government is about collaborating and working together. It is not about deciding and then telling you, this is how we're going to go. We are not like, we're not going to go that way. We are here to work together with the workers' organizations, with the employers' organizations, with all the employers. And together, I believe, we can strategize, we can find a pathway, we can make sure that we are able to move the country forward. It is about saying together we can move mountains. So my plea is that we come together, we work together. I must acknowledge the support of our local employers, as the ministry is committed to work with the FSF members and the business community. We want to make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned as far as consultation, as far as taking suggestions, as far as valuing those suggestions and advice is concerned. That I can assure you. Finally, let me express my sincere appreciation once again to FSF for coming on board right from day one when we came into government and assisting in constituting the Employment Relations Advisory Board and fully cooperating in moving forward there onwards. And my plea again is that we move this way, we work together, and I'm sure we will achieve our goal together. Thank you very much. Vinaka Motlu.